is brought to you by Store at Home. Let this first forecast is brought to you. We are going to see that right now those temperatures are into the 90s, mostly sunny conditions, and it's feeling a bit warmer out there as well. Those dew points are into the 70s, and it's feeling like up to 95 degrees outside. We'll continue to see this heat as those temperatures. That high was 93 in Alexandria, and much of the state did see we reach those 90s. We'll continue to see these 90s as we make it towards the weekend, and seeing that it's not going to feel a lot like summer, or not feel like fall, feeling more like summer, and maybe some storms as well. We'll take a look at that full forecast here shortly. You're watching the news.
Welcome to ABC 31 News Tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. The Joint Readiness Training Center in Fort Polk held a special ceremony today to honor two soldiers who gave their all to protect our country 25 years ago. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips has the story.
On this day, 25 years ago, Master Sergeant Gary Gordon and Sergeant First Class Randy Shugart made the ultimate sacrifice for the sake of their country. Both soldiers were killed during a firefight on October 3, 1993, in Mogadishu, Somalia, while trying to rescue other Army Rangers who were under fire during Operation Restore Hope.
After his team member was fatally wounded and his own rifle ammunition exhausted, Master Sergeant Gordon returned to the wreckage, recovering a rifle with the last 5 rounds of ammunition, and gave it to the pilot with the words, "Good luck." Then, armed in only his pistol, Master Sergeant Gordon continued to fight until he was fatally wounded. Equipped with only his sniper rifle and a pistol, Sergeant First Class Shugart and his team leader, while under intense small arms fire from the enemy, fought their way through a dense maze of shanties and shacks to reach the critically injured crew members. Sergeant First Class Shugart pulled the pilot and the other crew members from the aircraft, establishing a perimeter which placed him and his fellow sniper in the most vulnerable position. Sergeant First Class Shugart used his long-range rifle and sidearm to kill an undetermined number of attackers while traveling the perimeter, protecting the downed crew. Sergeant First Class Shugart continued his protective fire until he depleted his ammunition and was fatally wounded.
Today, the Joint Readiness Training Center and Fort Polk held a ceremony honoring these soldiers and the military operations on urbanized terrain training site that was named in honor of the two sergeants 22 years ago.
We recognize today the contributions of Master Sergeant Gordon and Sergeant First Class Shugart through their namesake. This facility for urban combat training. The Shugart-Gordon Mount facility has stood here for almost the entire 25-year history of the Joint Readiness Training Center. We carry the names of Shugart and Gordon with us not only because their actions 25 years ago remind us of what it means to live by the Ranger Creed, but because we have sweat and bled in this place to prevent more October 3rds in the future.
Both soldiers received the Medal of Honor. The Mount site and Joint Readiness Training Center as a whole remains the Army's premier combat training center, training about 1/3 of the Army's brigade combat teams, Army National Guard and Reserve units, and their associated rotational units. At Fort Polk, Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
Rapids deputies say they arrested 3 men and seized several hundred illegal drug tablets on Paris Drive in Alexandria. The men are 24-year-old Jeremy Williams, 29-year-old Shelvin Anthony, and 29-year-old Nathaniel Gilbert, all of Alexandria. The 3 are all facing drug and other charges. Today, residents came out to Bean and Creams to celebrate National Coffee with a Cop Day with Alexandria Police. Coffee with the Cop Day brings police officers and the community members they serve together to discuss issues and learn more about each other. And last night, residents spent some time with law enforcers at the Alexandria Zoo for National Night Out. National Night Out gives people a chance to meet those who work hard to keep our community safe. They enjoyed some free food and some giveaways. Kids got to play on fun jumps, and parents were given information on safety. The United Way of Cenla took the Leader in Me program to new heights this morning with the help of the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana Foundation. David Britt, CEO of the United Way of Cenla, announced the Strong Neighborhoods Project to Pineville Elementary students. The project is funded by 3 grants from the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana Foundation.
The Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana Foundation grant is to start something called the Strong Neighborhoods Project. And it's going to engage the 3 census tracts around Pineville Elementary, the downtown area, the Wardville area, and going up Military Highway. And we're going to kind of take some of the principles of the Leader in Me and apply them out in the neighborhood so that we'll help neighbors get to know each other better and find out what skills does everybody have who lives here. The poverty level is pretty high in most of this area, so we don't want to just focus on that. We want to focus on, okay, this person can tutor a child and help that child do better in school. This person has some basic carpentry skills and can fix a window down the street for somebody. This person can paint, whatever it might be, and get neighbors engaged.
So the Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana Foundation is always looking for community level efforts to improve the lives of Louisiana kids, to improve the health of Louisiana communities. So the Strong Neighborhoods program is exactly the sort of program we're looking for, is exactly the kind of model that we are looking for. But certainly, as there are communities out there that are seeing an issue that they need to address, if they can come together to identify a way forward, we certainly want to have the conversation with them about how we can support that effort.
The BCBS Foundation awarded a grant for over $500,000 over 3 years to promote the health and well-being of Pineville residents. President Donald Trump names a former U.S. attorney for the Western District of Louisiana to head up the U.S. Marshals Service for the Justice Department. Shown here in the middle of the picture is the appointee, Don Washington. He's now a partner with a New Orleans law firm. He's a West Point grad and holds a law degree from South Texas College in Houston. Well, Halloween is just weeks away now, and the Garden District is planning to make this year's trick-or-treat activities something the kids won't soon forget.
We're hoping just to have lots of participation and families and children out and enjoying themselves. We firmly believe that our neighborhood is beautiful and is to be enjoyed, and we welcome visitors to our neighborhood. So what we're doing is trying to make a list, actually a Google map, which is a really nice way to be able to tag everyone that's going to be handing out candy and welcoming trick-or-treaters. So that in itself is fun. But some neighbors were even going above and beyond the candy, and they were hosting either games and activities or a little haunted house and things like that. So all of that will be on the map. So what we're doing is trying to make sure that our neighbors know about it. And that's anywhere from Monroe to Lee and Masonic, and then Bolton Avenue and Texas Avenue. That whole center area of our city is invited to participate on this map if they'd like to welcome trick-or-treaters on Halloween.
And that map will be available on the Garden District website at gardendistrictneighborhoods.com.
Welcome back to a look at your weather. Taking a look at this muggy meter showing that those dew points are well into the 70s, seeing that we are going to have lots of moisture in the air, causing that these dew points will sit in the 60s and the 70s throughout the next actually few weeks. Still feeling a little bit more humid and having even possibly some showers roll on through with that moisture that's coming up from the Gulf, creating some rumbles of thunder here and there. Feel like temperatures did reach into the triple digits here in Alexandria, Lafayette at 101, Baton Rouge at 89 or 98. And we're seeing that even spread across Louisiana. We had plenty of temperature, those feel like temperatures getting fairly high, and we'll continue to see that these feel like temperatures will stay near the triple digits or at least into the mid 90s as we track on through. As you can see that those temperatures are going to be sitting just around the 90s, and then feel like temperatures getting as high as well for even the next 5 days, and seeing that this may even transform into the next few weeks as well, as it looking like much of the southern eastern states and even south central will be staying well above average as we move through October. Lows tonight getting down to 72 degrees in Alexandria and across the region, seeing that even into the 70s possibly overnight, but still feeling pretty humid as well. Wind speeds will stay fairly light, only up to around 5 miles per hour, which is going to allow for not really much cool down for the area as we move through, and then allowing for those temperatures to yet again get up to the 90s, seeing 92 as a high here in Alexandria, and even across seeing those 90s, even Leesville at 90 and Marksville at 90 as well. So temperatures staying well above average, as average is just around those low 80s. So here's this green line is that dew point that's on this bottom line. This is showing that those dew points will stay into the 70s, making it feel humid, allowing for those feel like temperatures to get up into those triple digits, seeing 102 by at least 4 o'clock tomorrow. Seeing sunshine, a little bit cloudy in the morning hours, which may cause some fog for that area right when you wake up, but should dissipate as that sunshine comes out, and we'll be able to get rid of that fog in the early morning hours. And seeing that we won't have more chances for storms, will be staying more south of the area, but the weekend's looking like it may be seeing some storms. What we're seeing is that Alexandria is going to be right on this line just to see a stray shower. Looking like, for the most part, Alex will stay dry, just some scattered showers that are going to try to make their way right on the coastal area in the Gulf, and then majority into Texas as well. And we'll see that that warm, humid air will be more of the story in our region. And as we even look out into next week, unseasonably warm temperatures will move in. This jet stream is going to allow for a lot of cold air, potentially snow, and those temperatures staying fairly cool in the north, and will stay fairly warm, even seeing 10 degrees above average for Alex. So seeing temperatures staying into the 90s as we move through Friday and Saturday. Friday is going to be that first chance to see maybe some afternoon storms move on through, and then Saturday and Sunday is when we're going to have those scattered chances for storms, and temperatures try to break the 90s, but still going to be feeling pretty humid as we move through this weekend and into next. Back to you, Scott.
All right, thank you, Alyssa. Three bear cubs in Nevada found themselves in a sticky situation over the weekend, but got a little help from some firefighters. The bears were stuck in a garbage bin near Lake Tahoe. Firefighters woke up Saturday night to the sound of a garbage bin tipping over, and the next morning, they say they saw an agitated mama bear watching over that bin. But they snuck up, freed those bears, and they scampered back into the woods.
There they are.
There they are. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.